All right, before we talk to Harlan Mitchell this morning, City Council President Jimmy Gill just arrived in the building. We'll be talking about everything going on here in the city of Athens. Jimmy knows it all, don't you, City Council President?
He's checking it out now.
We'll be checking in with Mr. Gill in just a moment about what everything is going on. If you'd like to call, 230-4988. You can text Gloria, 603-4848. Hey, Harlan, I got to ask you, I saw my old buddy Cliff Hill doing a spot the other day talking about all these attorneys that are outside of Huntsville, Athens, Decatur area. I guess most of them
Even
out of
state.
Alabama. Is there that much business out there?
Evidently, they're spending a lot of money here to advertise, and you know, I'm like Cliff. I don't understand why people want to hire somebody hundreds of miles away from here. Why not hire somebody who lives here, grew up here, understands their wants and needs? And there's one commercial that just kills me. The guy talks about, come see me, I'll settle your case quickly, and you'll never have to go to court. Well, he can't have your best interest at heart if he's doing that. He's just wanting to get a dollar and run.
He's just going to throw you in the bus right off the bat.
That's it. He wants to grab a dollar and run. And why people keep going to him, I don't know, other than the fact that they are spending a lot of money advertising.
Well, now, are they doing this in other markets, too?
It's my understanding they are. It's my understanding from friends in Birmingham that they're doing it down there as well.
I know one group in Birmingham, some of the others I've never heard of. In their commercials, you can tell by looking at the commercials, they're not locally produced. They are...
Right. They are not locally produced.
Slick-looking spots that, you know, just aren't working that well.
Well, now, there's companies that'll call you every day and try to get you to sign on as personal injury attorney, and they'll produce your spot, and they may be out of California, New York, or wherever, and they're going to run the ad for you.
They are. Well, another thing I wanted to ask you, too, when you're talking about all these different attorneys that are coming into this town, and you talk about, when these people go to see them, you want to be able to sit face-to-face with your attorney to be able to discuss things. Right.
And you know, that's the whole part about here is that you may not get to see us today, but you'll see us in the next day or two. We're going to make time to see you.
Yeah, it goes quickly, too. Not only do you handle divorces and personal injury and criminal defense, if someone's hurt in a car accident, I know we always talk about car accidents, too. You want to make sure that you're okay. You want to talk to an attorney if it's necessary, and find someone who's going to have your best interest at hand.
That's true. You want to talk to an attorney as quick as you can and get your injuries taken care of, whether it be at the hospital, the doctor's clinic, or wherever. And as soon as you can, you need to go see an attorney to help protect your rights regarding that traffic accident.
Why do some people are they quick to put that off, or quick to think, okay, I'm okay right now, and then a couple weeks later they're, you know, oh, I got the strain, and it's too late then.
Well,
it's too late then.
There's a lot of people who just don't want to have their name associated with a lawsuit and that they've actually sued someone. They just really don't want their name linked to a lawsuit, even though it's what they need to protect their interest. They'll want you to clear it with them before you even file suit.
Is that pretty? What about workers' comp and if you're hurt on the job? Well, what does the person need to do?
Well, the person still needs to report it to their employer
immediately,
and they have to then go to the company doctor and go to him. And if they're not satisfied, there's procedures to get an outside opinion. But that's not an area that I really work in very much, so I'm just talking in general.
Now, you also still do divorce a lot, don't you? How big a thing, I'm reading to Dear Abby today, one of these two, Facebook has become, what we saw the other day on Fox, or one of them doing a thing, about 1 in 5 divorces these days involves Facebook.
Because people are just so stupid on it.
Well, I've been using Facebook, MySpace, and some of these dating sites for a pretty good while. I mean, I currently have one right now that I stumbled across the wife's ad on Match.com.
Who was it?
Can't say. But her, you know, her husband's filed for divorce, but yet she's advertising she's already single. And
all that's admissible in court.
I intend to use it in court, yes.
I was going to ask you, how come you had all those searches and all those websites?
Are people just stupid when it comes to lust?
Evidently. You know, I've always described it as the Superman syndrome. they get involved in this and they think nobody can see them, that they're Superman and above everybody else, or else they're invisible. They just don't think anybody knows what's going on. And they can just do whatever they want to, and nobody knows it but them.
Anger in text messages. I have to bring this up because
anger over here on the church, it says, he who angers you controls you. That's on the marquee.
No doubt about that.
This right here.
But this is just someone that's personal that I know, and they're going through a divorce, and she's asked about the child support. You know, it's due on the 1st, and he gives her X amount of dollars, which is half of what he was supposed to. She sends him a text, says, hey, I need to know what's going on with the child support. He sends a text message back saying, you're the one who filed. I can't believe you're acting so terrible about this. You're the one who filed for this.
Using the B word, F word, all this in a text.
Sending a nasty message back when he's in the wrong. Well, yeah, you filed for a divorce because you've been having a great time with everybody else in town, but, you know, these are money for the kids.
He didn't want it pointed out that he wasn't taking care of his kids. And that's what she did. So she embarrassed him, so he reacted. Out of anger.
In Huntsville, it's like a 1.5 year wait, if that, to get divorced. What's it like in Limestone County with the judges here?
It's running about a year, sometimes a little longer.
So if you want to get divorced today, it's going to be a year, unless everything's agreeable, which ain't never going to happen.
Or you go through mediation. And, you know, I do mediation, and that's an opportunity for people to work out and craft their own agreement, one that'll work for them. And, you know, you can take mediation, it's like taking a scalpel, and you can shape exactly the agreement you want, whereas if you go to trial and try it, the judge is going to take that meat cleaver and chop it up, and you may not like what you get.
Right. Now, when you go to mediation, are they there with their attorneys?
Yes.
Okay.
They're all represented, and you both agree upon something if you can agree on it. So you mean to tell me if it takes almost a year to get divorced, you can't, like in that time, you're still married, so if one of the parties date, that could be used against you?
Trying to tell me something?
No, you're safe.
They can, but what I'm finding more and more, the judges are viewing that from the date of filing, you're pretty much free.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Which would make sense, I mean, obviously, because you're not together.
I still advise everybody to adhere to your vows till the judge signs off on the divorce.
Because you never know what could be used
Nobody
against you.
Nobody going to do that.
Well, I understand it. I said
Half the time they're not doing it.
You advise that.
I advised that. I didn't say they took my advice.
But you advise them, but they're not going to do that.
No. But I have to advise them what, you know, you need to understand that while this normally happens, if you do this, it could be used against you.
Gotcha.
What really matters anymore when you go to court? I mean, adultery is not that big of a deal anymore.
Unfortunately, it seems like it.
I mean, it's a big deal in the eyes of people go to church, stuff like that. But when you go to court, that really don't count a whole lot. At least it didn't matter of mine.
Well,
does it matter if they have an affair?
If you have children, what matters is who is the primary caregiver, who is taking care of the children, and that's just it. Who's the primary caregiver?
If a judge specifically tells you not to have your children around any specific others that you may be dating and one doesn't listen, how severe will that be when you're back in front of that judge?
It just depends upon that person. You know, if that person has a clean record and is a good person, it may not be very severe. But if he's a registered sex offender, it's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Now,
it's all about the child at that point.
Email you and ask questions. Are you like a doctor? Don't you charge people for that? I mean, you're not giving out free advice, are you?
He is this morning.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
But no, as a general rule, we won't even quote a price over the phone anymore. It's just got to the point that people are price shopping. We know that, and we just, you know, we charge a consultation fee. You're going to take up a half hour of my time. Then I want to be paid for it.
Well, let me give you some advice right now, Don't look for the cheapest attorney there is.
Don't bargain with that.
It will haunt you in the long run like no other. And first and foremost, listen to what they say. Don't take it on your own. Oh, I ain't going to do that. I'm going to do it this way. Will cost you a fortune.
Oh, let me give you some more advice.
Right, Harlan?
It will, and what we found is that people who are willing to pay us for a consultation are generally willing to hire us. Those that won't generally won't hire us.
All right, so you're taking divorce, DUIs, or any other kind of criminal mischief?
Any kind of criminal case.
And another thing.
And he's local.
If you're wanting to use the same attorney, at least have your attorney look over the documents before you're quick to sign?
Bad idea.
That too.
Yeah, you know, and we always recommend have your attorney look over these documents
That's
before you
right.
sign them.
Great advice.
I've made every stupid mistake there is out there. That's why I work for Harlan part-time. If you would like to know something else. All right, Harlan, so just people give you a call right
Good
downtown on Jefferson Street. Can't miss it over there, Harlan Mitchell. Y'all give him a call today. Anything else we need to add?
Nothing I'm worried.
All right, so if you want to get divorced,
Call him.
see him. I guarantee it. All right, right now, let's go. Hey, Matt, you got any divorce songs this morning? Matt
No, he's
Prater.
been
Let's go local and loving it this morning to one of our favorite singers, Mr. Matt Prater. We'll be back in just a moment with City Council President Jimmy Gill. Y'all hang on.